Hey folks, Morani here. For this video I will be covering up my top 3 Sumptuous Fur places to farm. This farm however have brought back many memories from the Warlords of Draenor days, where I was primarily the meat and fish supplier in my guild, plus the master chef. Some of the places in this video was actually places I used back in Warlords of Draenor to farm specific meat, fur and leather. So it was actually a lot of fun coming back to these places and see for myself what have become of them. When I started this project of Warlords of Draenor farming, I had forgotten how many good places there was, and was actually a bit surprised as well. Just for the fur, and this is excluding the barn farm option that is in the garrison. I tested out all areas on the double, which meant I used a non-cloth scavenging character and then a cloth scavenging character. And to be honest, the results I got was actually very surprising. It was only a matter of 20 fur that made the difference in between each place. I actually thought it would have been more, but I think due to the fact that fur mainly drops from beast, it had an influence on the outcome. However, it might just be the RNG that has been messing around with me. But now for the places, I will cover up 8 places, where 5 of them will be honorable mentions. I spent as usual 1 hour each place. That also means that this has been my biggest grind ever in this guide making situation. But I hope you will enjoy what I've figured out, and let's get to the grind. The first place I'm going to show you is in Shadowmoon Valley, and it's the Hills of Balloon. Alliance players have an easy way of getting here. They can just port to their garrison if they have one, and they will be there immediately. But Horde players will have a little travel time, but you can as Horde fly from either your garrison to Spires of Arak or Talador and then fly from there. But if you don't have these flight points yet, you can actually fly from your garrison directly on your own mount, of course. But there is also the option of having a garrison on level 3, which means that you hopefully have the portal from Ashran to Volmar open and can fly from there. That will make the trip easier. What you're gonna do here is actually kill the packs of Elex that is walking around. There will be a packs of 3 to 4 Elex walking around. And you'll fly from each pack and kill and fly to the next pack and kill. If you're a skinner, you will have a good amount of leather to get from here as well. So this is the first place I'm going to show you, and let's get to the second place. The second place I'm going to show you is in Goregrond at Trail Thrasher Basin. Sorry about that. Here you will be killing around the mobs. They are humanoid, and therefore you can loot gold from that as well. As Alliance, you can fly from Ashran if you want to do that. You can also fly from your garrison. That's totally up to you. But you can also take the Timeless Isle trick to get here. I hope that still works in this new patch. But Horde can of course just fly from the garrison in Frostwall, from Frostfire Ridge of course. But apart from that, let's get to the honorable mentions. I will be covering up 3 of them now, and then after the third place I'm going to show you, we'll take the last two. The first honorable mention I will be covering is in Goregrond at Steamscar Rise. It was close to the Trail Thrasher Basin area as well, but a few, 50 fur did the change here. So that's why I'm taking this in. You can, however, use this place if either Trail Thrasher Basin or Hills of Balloon is very crowded, as this can be a very good option to go to if none of the other honorable mentions kick in and makes an interest. Let's get to the other one. The second honorable mention will be in Necron at Margor's Overwatch. This place has been one of the best places ever since Warlords of Draenor, but sadly I experienced that after 30 minutes of farming here, the spawn rate simply dropped significantly. It was a sad experience because this has been one of my favorite go-to places. And all of a sudden, this big change. I don't know what exactly has happened, but if you don't kill, for example, the 2 tamed Cleftus back at the Ogres, that will have an impact on the spawn time as well, but all of a sudden you will have an experience of mobs stopping to spawn, and that's a sad thing. And that's why this has only made it an honorable mention. Had I not experienced this lack of respawn, then this would surely have kicked out one of the other places that I made in my top 3. That's a sad thing, but that's the reality. And for the 3rd honorable mentions, we are still in Necron, and we are at Hemmet's Happy Hunting Grounds. This was actually as well one of my favorite places back in Warlords of Draenor, and it saddens me to see that one of the good places have been nerfed in such a big matter that I almost thought of leaving it and not making it into this video as well. You will still have the good amount of mobs there, you will still have the sweet amount of spawn rate, but sadly the drop rate has been changed, and I think it has been due to the fact that this place has been overgrinded back in Warlords of Draenor as well. But you can use this place as a skinner as well and make a lot of leather. It is also a great place to farm the talbug meat, so if you want to do that, go to here and get the fur as an extra option. But let's get to the 3rd place of this video. So, for the 3rd place, I'm gonna show you the Bloodmane Pridelands in Spires of Arak. This place has a very high and good mob density. There's always something to kill, and I will show you my route, but if you find something that suits you more, be my guest and try it out. I would love to hear about it in the comment section below, because this is also what improves my routes and what to do better next time if I have to go back and do a revamp of the video. To get to this zone, you can either fly from your garrison, you can fly from Tanaan Jungle as well, and Alliance can fly straight from the garrison in Shadowmoon Valley and straight to this place. But do remember a thing here. In Warlords of Draenor you have the Spirit Lodge, or the option of the Spirit Lodge in your garrison, and there might be an ogre gateway to one of these places I'm covering in this video, and this can be a faster way to travel to each place. If, of course, you have the ogre stones or waste stones to open up. But now you know that, and I hope you can use it. Let's get to the last 2 honorable mentions before we do the summary. So, for the 4th honorable mention, we have Talador. Actually, the next 2 honorable mentions will be here in Talador. One place is the Daggerjaw Intrusion right beside the Horde camp in Talador called Vol'jin's Pride. You can fly there from your garrison, you can use the Ogre Gateway if you want to, you can also fly from Tanaan Jungle, totally up to you. You have a little area to run around in, and you actually get a good amount of fur just for 1 hour farming here, and that's why this made it into an honorable mention, also due to the fact of the spawn rate of these mobs. But let's get to the last one here in Talador as well. The 5th and last honorable mention is in Talador, as said before, at the Sharp Tusk Lake, right beside the Alliance camp in Talador that is called Fort Vryn. Almost the same numbers as the Daggerjaw Intrusion, and that's why these 2 are on the list as well. But I would recommend Alliance players to farm here for a chill out farm, and Horde can as well use this farm for a chill out farm because it's the lake and you run in loops around all the time and you will always have mobs to kill. The reason why I say Alliance could go here and the Horde should take the Daggerjaw Intrusion is because there is a bug, I think, with one of the Daggerjaw mobs that will be activating the guards in the Fort Vryn, and it's quite annoying to have those dwarves running around to kill you. But if you choose to do this lake, you will have some sort of autopiloting, and you can have a Netflix series or Disney Plus something going on. That's totally up to you. But now I mentioned the 2 places which I think was important. And now we are at the summary. We are needing to find the winners of this grind, this farm. And the third place goes to the Trail Treasure Basin in Goregrond. I spent 1 hour there and I looted 680 fur, and I had an amount of 47 gold, 78 silver and 22 copper from the junk itself. The second place goes to the Bloodmane Pridelands in Spires of Iraq. And of course I spent 1 hour there and I looted 945 fur, and for the junk I sold 103 gold, 31 silver and 46 copper. And for the winner, the first place goes to Hills of Valoon in Shadowmoon Valley. I spent 1 hour there and I looted 1017 fur, and I sold for an amount of 815 gold, 62 silver and 96 copper in junk alone. Congratulations to my top 3, and thanks all of you for your patience for the wait time for this video. I had an exam to pass while collecting data for this video, and a patch day that made a few things change for me. But in the end, all 8 places got covered, and I spent a total of 16 hours in focused farming of fur. So I really hope that you can use what I showed you, and until next time, bye!